Oh, not this bug. Alright, that's good. I will need to restart my game now. Alright, well, this is a good start to the stream, I'm sure. I'll just have to, I think my game's, oh no, I'm back. Alright, okay, that's a brief scare for me. I thought my game wouldn't allow me to get into the correct resolution. But, yeah, I'm the host, not the host, the commentator for today's Tier 3 race, Tadpole. We have a pretty full grid for today. Should be pretty interesting. But yeah. Sup, Ryan?
Hello. Yep, I agree with you. Full grid, should be interesting. I'm only going to be here for the start, just so people know, because I'm racing. But I'm giving you some company since you're alone tonight for a little bit.
For the meantime.
Why don't you say, yeah, exactly. Yeah, I see you're trying to figure out stuff as well, so that's good as well to see. I was just going to say, why don't you talk about the last Tier 3 race? I mean, you know more about it because I was in all the action. There was a lot of action up front that you saw from your point of view.
Yep, it was Saudi Arabia last week, I believe. And it wasn't the craziest Saudi Arabia as you might think from such a narrow track. However, it did have a pretty ongoing fight for the lead, at least for the first half of the race, and then obviously it settled down at the end. People started to get penalties, so kind of meant it was really who can get the least amount of penalties for position. But no safety cars though, which is pretty crazy for a bottom tier race. But hopefully we can see
Two
the same
VSCs though.
today. That is true, yeah, two VSCs.
I was surprised there was, well, both incidents that weren't a safety car. You had optical, at least on my screen, fly in the air, and I mean there was a lot of, you know, debris across the circuit. So I was like, oh, that's not a safety car. And then Valkyrie went off as well in that race, turn 4, claimed a victim. I don't really know if there's any corners like that here that will be Calamity Corner for some of the drivers, Tadpole, but I feel like there's a lot more auto spin curbs and a lot more invalidations to look for tonight instead of how close people can get to the barriers.
Very true. It is pretty difficult to spin at the track, especially since the curves can be pretty lenient compared to previous games. How you can still spin on them easily, I guess. Just depends who you are. Also depends how your ride height is set up. It could mean you can take curves a little bit less or more, but I guess we'll see. I think most people will be running around the same setup though.
That's something I had to change before the race, though, for someone like me, because the thing is that I was struggling on curbs when practicing, and then Ed gave me his setup, so it kind of helped me a little bit. That's going to be the interesting thing, you know. Even people who may not be as fast may kind of come into play in this race just due to the fact that although they might not have a lot of speed, if there's a late race safety car somehow, the track limit penalties that they may or may not have may come into play. I mean, even in this race, Tadpole Tier 1, I think 2 seasons ago, it was a late safety car, it was wet, and well, we had a lot of things happen in that race where the chiller won the race, but track limits did come into play with that one for sure. And even Crashgate happened in Tier 1. And even for Tier 2's sake, the last time we came here, we got a first time winner. There's a lot of things to look forward to from, well, you on comms tonight to look out for.
Yeah, the
I'll
track
let you know about the
limits.
weather right now, though.
Oh yeah, that's true. Well,
Completely dry.
all right,
Completely
cool.
dry. All windy.
Yeah, yeah. So the track limits of this track pretty interesting. It feels like compared to previous games, it's as soon as the wheel stops touching the white line, you pretty much get a warning or a penalty or an invalidation. So that will definitely catch people out who haven't been sweating the track for the last 5 hours. But yeah, it should be pretty interesting. So we do have an Alpine coming up first. Unfortunately, it's not you, Ryan, so we can't watch you
Ah.
first. I don't know if you were planning on going out earlier or saving the set.
I was gonna wait a little bit to see what happens here because this is something I like to do. I did it last week. I watched a bit of the stream before going out to kind of see what I want to get used to here as a driver, and even then, you know, being back and forth between the comments box and a driver, you kind of know what you're more used to now, at least compared to prior. You know it as well for being in Tier 2 for the first weekend, Tier 1 now as well. First driver out, Faded Knights. Well, he did one preseason event, I believe, and now he was supposed to be full-time, dropped down to reserve, so that put me and Goon in the Sauber, obviously Dasher as well, dropped down from full time as well. So that's why you have two new drivers in at Sauber. But Fader was supposed to be one of them. He's on loan to Alpine because Freddie can't make it. He had a good performance last week. Tadpole, you were able to cover that. But yeah, we'll go over the standings for those of you curious as well in a bit. But for Faded Knights, I think you should watch his lap, and I'll go out.
Wait, faded, huh? Have you got the wrong
Yes,
Alpine?
that's what it says on my screen.
Okay.
Oh, it says Ghost Fame on there. It says
Oh
his
yeah,
old
yeah,
gamer tag. That's
yep,
why.
gotcha.
Yeah. Okay, so that's why it's gonna be a little bit confusing. My apologies.
All good.
Yeah.
All right. I guess starting the lap using ERS. I do know what you meant to do, but obviously some people say I'm wrong, some people say I'm right. Using quite a lot of ERS to start the lap. Interestingly, you might run out near to the end, although you do save quite a bit in the whole lap around this track. Using quite a bit of the curb, not too much, but it should be interesting to see how the Alpine can do. Not the best car on the grid. He misses a lot of the curb there, I think. Might just be the camera view. Obviously, purple sector 1, absolutely cooking so far. Yeah, not too bad, not too bad. Still, he pretty much has no ERS left, but he's got quite a lot of deploy use to go. Then again, no, I've pretty much taught myself that one. Never mind, ignore me. Getting a bit of a tow from the house here, should get out of the way. Correct, will get out of the way. Depending how much curb you use, quite a good amount of curb, doesn't use too much of the exit. Should be interesting to see what you can do. Obviously, he's a Ferrari Academy reserve. Reserve. Who is racing today? Oh, might see a Williams effect in this run. Should give him the tow though, which should be good. Across the line, 16-0. I guess it's a good start. Not only figure out who's next across the line. Rapid Owens in.
Either a Haas or Ferrari, I think.
That's weird actually. Oh, Haas.
They did change that, by the way.
Yep, Haas, they've changed that. And the Red Bull as well.
I can tell it's white now.
Valk invalidated. 16-1, not the quickest. It's actually slower than both two cars they've set laps. Mini Swazza managing to get the fast lap. Spangly, no, it's Leon next. Does a 1:20.0 on the Mercedes. Maybe not his first lap, but 43. That's a pretty big step up from Jake in the McLaren. Is that a good time? That's not too bad, I don't think. And that's a good banker time.
I would say it is so far for a good benchmark. Yeah, I would say it is. A lot of drivers will be doing slower than what their time trials are doing, as noticed.
As Spangly goes
I
second
just want to say it's
fastest.
really hard to get out of the way. Really hard to get out of the way for people at the circuit as well, especially considering you got more people than last week, Tadpole, but you also have a track that's way shorter in lap time too.
As we see George going third and Jordan going second, maybe showing that Jordan is cooking in this V-carb. Maybe he's a bit too high for his tier. Invade across the line next, not really on our lap. We have Brian to start his lap. We're not going to watch you, Brian. Who cares about you? Valkin.
Yeah, that'd be too much pressure.
To finish. Mythic to finish his lap. To be a 15-4. Fourth fastest, not too bad. Who would you got next? I think most people are just finishing laps now, as we do have a Leon to set another time. It's 18-1. It's an improvement, not very quick though so far. McLaren into the pits. I think
For
most
Leon's
people
case, this is the first time he's been in a top to start a last game, round 4 that was, tier 2.
I don't think we have many people on laps. I think Fade would be the best to go on board with, I hope. And it's coming through. The chicane he's very aggressive, at least compared to other drivers, as he does invalidate. How unfortunate. Looks like there's only one driver to watch, and it is Ryan. Oh, no one.
Yeah, I would have said something, but I didn't. I just wanted to say for Leon's case, I don't know if you heard me. Leon's first chance in a top car since beginning of last game in Japan, tier 2, on one of the first few rounds there. So good to see Leon back in a top car and back racing as well.
As I do think we have most people either going for reruns or pretty much outlaps and finished. I think we have you, but I won't watch you because you. Oh, and as we have Invade going off track. I don't know if he's not on a time. I don't think. Drifting in on the inters. Um, yeah, no, not really anyone too crazy to be looking at, except maybe some of the run top guys. With John up on it, but he's invalid. Is Spangley on the lap? I think he is. Yeah. Oh, as he gets a bit loose there, I think he keeps it fine. I think it's just probably just cap from this game's physics engine, making me think, oh, he's about to spin there, but no, he just gets a load of front rotation for some reason. He is on time. He's about 10th up on his lap. He keeps it in the white lines, in between the white lines. We'll go with that. So hopefully Invade gets out the way or doesn't intervene anyway. So he'll be finishing his lap. It felt like he was about to run out of ERS fuel there, but no, he will be going slower, unfortunately. As we got Ryan, who does in fact beat the Mercedes. Very good time. I think, isn't that like better than your personal best or something? Oh, he might have left or muted. I don't know. It doesn't matter. Yep. Interesting to see though. Not too much action, unlike everywhere else.
Did it online earlier, yeah. I mean, 4/10's better. Nope.
I don't know if you cut out there, Ryan, but
We can make sure we get that. I was gonna say, do you want to go over standings since there's not as much going on right now?
yeah, may as well.
I know for constructors' sake, Ferrari got a 1-2 in round 1, and Red Bull got a 1-2 last week. So that'll be close into this week to look out for. Only 10 rounds this season for Tier 3, by the way. Invade and Jordan tied, 40 points. That's all I can remember off the top of my head. You might have it in front of you to know more. So.
I probably should have it, but it's a bit annoying. I've only got one phone. I wish I had another monitor. As we do see Goon.
I can pull it up for you.
I could do it. Go on goes P5,
Okay.
meaning both Saubers are P5 and 6, which is very good, very strong from both of them. I think
it's been a while since he's raced too.
I think he did one of the preseasons in the Ferrari.
See him back.
Sure.
That would be correct. Yes. Before then, I think it was like two or three game cycles ago. He won an F2 race in Russia a while ago. Good to see him back, by the way.
Unfortunately, though, both Ferraris have not managed to settle lap yet. Probably because they're pushing a lot harder than the other drivers. So hopefully that means they do a better lap. Invade, he is valid so far, to be fair, and that would be interesting to see if he can finish the lap. He does. He managed to. What time will it be? Is the question. It is at 15:03. P4, not too bad in terms of the ranking, but is a second off the pace of P1, which is pretty cool. As we do still have 5 drivers to not have finished laps yet. Possibly.
I just wanted to say,
go on.
If you're okay with it, driver standings right up on my screen right now. Invade and Jordan tied for the lead. George is 10 points back, and for George, I think if it weren't for races like Bahrain, you know, but messing up the strategy, maybe it would have been a what if as to if he can be in this race with these guys as well. Rapid Owen, 26 points, he's 14 back. Mythic at 22, he's had quite a quiet start. It's been a little up and down, some of his worst tracks. 18 points back. Freddie, Matthew Wrightson, no longer in the league. Valkyrie, Drifting, and Azar run out our top 10. Constructors, Ferrari lead Red Bull by 3 points, so there you go. McLaren, then VCarb, then Alpine. All teams have points in Tier 3, Tadpole. That's exciting stuff. I'll let you go, by the way, in about a minute, but right. Anything to look out for on the standings from what you see?
Aston Martin pretty low down, whereas in Tier 1 I think they're one of the front runners. So hopefully they can do a bit better today, even though they only have one driver. I think is that. Yep. Oh well. As we have Invade on lap here.
Yeah.
Oh, that's true.
I'll let you
use that lap yet though. Hopefully this will be Invade's first valid lap and not spin lap. It's coming through the chicane. Misses the effects a bit and invalidates. How unfortunate. Completely the wrong line. But he's on pad, so I'll give him the benefit of the doubt. Go on board with Cal. How about that? See if the only Aston Martin driver on the grid can set and do a lap. Not much sure rest to finish the lap already, but like, you know, fair enough. You do you. Keeps it on track so far. It's difficult to know what to say when you're just on a straight. Nice lines through here. I feel like I'm just repeating myself. Not too bad. Maybe a bit too much curve for my liking, as he is flashing. I think that's a glitch in the game. I think actually, if you get below 15%, it says you're below ERS. Or yep, it does. 15%. Pretty much nothing left. Scraping the barrel. Pretty much. Comes through the final sector. Keeping an alright line through here. To set a lap, hopefully. Yep. And to finish a lap, it will be a 15, 16, 16-2. 13th. About 2 seconds off pole. As we have Leon going round. How unfortunate. Hopefully he's not watching this back. So do you think we have most people coming back into the pits now? Or in the pits, or either on an outlap. I don't think anyone's really on a lap, other than Mythic. It's weird, actually. I look up and I realise, hold on, I'm actually on the driver who's on the lap. I do not know how I do that. Just the magic touch, I guess. Not much battery to play with to finish the lap, but it should still be enough to maybe help him out a bit, I guess. McLaren haven't been doing too well, to be fair, of recent. Actually, no, I'm looking at the wrong one. Yeah, no, well, they're P3, but I think McLaren is one of the fastest cars, so it should definitely be up there. Improves to P5, not too bad for Mythic. Still a second off his teammate. Maybe there will be talks about the pace of everyone, but I guess we'll have to see. But yeah, two drivers. Everyone was well, one driver everyone's concentrating on, Mali, to see if he would be able to compare with his previous self at being a Tier 1 champion. Restarting all back in Tier 3. Well, he's never been in Tier 3 before, but he is now. Not done too great of a first lap. I believe, though, this is his first lap on the game. So, you know, whatever, I guess. Yeah, it'll be interesting to see what you can do here in the Williams. Being 8 seconds off the pace so far. Obviously, there might have been a mistake in that time. I have no idea. I'm sure there was a mistake, because you probably don't lose 8 seconds from a new game. But who knows. Still has the racing lines, is what I can see. Coming through the fast left. 6th gear is pretty good through there, I think. Can he keep it valid is the question. It's the main question around this track, to be fair. If you can stay within, well, touching distance of the white lines. As long as you're touching them, I think you're fine. However, obviously the wheels circle up. As he does go purple sector 2, I don't know how real that is. I didn't actually look at how much he was up, which is probably a problem. But, oh well. Tough. Keeps it in track limits, and keeps in track limits. Good enough for me. Down to the line, it will be a 15-0. Very good, P5. And I guess it just shows the first lap was a fluke. So who else do we have? Most people are just starting laps now. We have really no one, I don't think. Maybe this guy. He's on a lap. Alright, next guy. Just take a sip of water. We can just watch him in silence. Anyway, coming through the chicane, I wish I learnt the names of the corners, but I didn't bother with that. Because you just need to know like what direction they go, really. And pretty much where to brake. Coming down to the final corner. Validates. Never mind, he doesn't somehow, but it's, yeah, now he validates. It's gonna happen eventually. Who do we have on lap now? do have Valk on lap. I don't think the net's across the line though. As we have Goatley to finish lap, he does have quite a bit of ERS left. I think he's got too much, to be fair. Does he know about using overtake is a question. Still a good lap for no overtake, I guess, but maybe you might want to know. Brother, use ERS. Unless he's going on another lap here, I don't know. Maybe this is his lap. I need to focus on someone else. Outlap Red Bull. They have changed the Red Bull's colour, to be fair, so it'll be interesting. About to finish her lap. 14.6 P2, very good lap from her. Starting laps. Starting lap. Starting a lap. Finishing a lap. We've got the Aston Martin of Cal next to cross the line. 1.4 seconds down. Probably not going to improve on that. Maybe. As we do have Mythic to retire. Also down this time. John to cross the line to start, and same with George. I think George is a bit too close there for comfort, in my opinion. Ryan, as we have everyone on a lap except for Swazza, Mythic, and Goon. To finish the lap, Goatley, he did do a second. He might. I have no idea why he does that, but he do. As we do have horrible contact there between the Ferrari of Owen and. Alright, Leon, I don't know. Interesting behaviour there from everyone. I don't know why he wasn't out of the way, but I don't know. I didn't see most of that. Scott about to finish. Oh, this is all happening. I wish I had a better reaction than that, but I didn't. I was trying to focus on the qualifying rather than people crashing. Who would think? Driftking goes P6, cracking time there. Spangley nets across the line. P6 as well. Everyone's going P6. I think that is the end, though. Actually, I don't know. Is anyone else on a lap? Maybe. I think most people have. Oh no, Jake was several lap. Can he improve on his pole time? Probably his pole, but maybe George can do something about that. I don't know. Does improve 14.1. George is also improving on his time. 14.6. Good time from him. As that said, Thrin's quicker than his teammate and his other academy rival, but still 5/10 off the pole. As that is a pretty interesting session we have there. As we have Jake Bandy getting P1 by 5/10. I don't know, maybe it's just the McLaren's OP, maybe he's a qualifying merchant. Who knows? George P2, Valk P3, Jordan P4, Mally P5, Spangley? I'm gonna have trouble saying that. Spangley. Drift King P7, Mythic P8, Ryan P9, I don't think he improved. Rapid P10, Goon P11, Goatley P12, Swazza P13, Faded I believe is actually P14, Cal P15, Leon P16, and unfortunately Vade binned it again. Not his track is I guess pretty much the all of it. But yeah, cool. Do we have any messages about what happened with Owen and the who was it? Leon? I have no idea what happened. But yeah, two people was there. Oh, 3 people actually. I think 3 people with. Is it 3 people with incidents? Quite. Oh wait, I can't do that. All right. Well, there you go. There's your grid. I think that is 3 people with the with. Oh Christ, I can't give me words out today. Grid penalties. Who would have thought? Not me personally, but there you go. As right, what to talk about? This is the question. Should be an interesting race. Whoever gets the least penalties wins is most likely the answer. But I think Bandy should be able to pull a gap to George and then just run away with it. But yeah, we'll see. Obviously, DRS is only open. It's open lap 2 on lap 3. so that could mean less time for him to escape DRS. But yeah, I think as long as we get a nice clean getaway, everyone's surviving, we should be good. Most likely chance of a safety car will be lap one, or wherever everyone's closest, um, as well. Yeah, good luck, Ryan. Hopefully you don't crash. Hopefully that's not like commentator's curse. All right, 5 lights are off, and are they out? They are now, as we have oh man, this is gonna be interesting. It's a pretty good getaway from George, to be fair. He's pretty much side by side. I do not like these camera settings, but yep, we have no contact so far. 4 wide at the back, I think I saw, as we've got Vout pushed down to P6 already. As we've got 3 wide again. Oh no, this can only end in disaster, and it has. As we have a Williams round there, a Ryan round there. That's my bad. I commentated that one. As we have 3 wide again. How many times am I going to say 3 wide? I have no idea. Still 2 wide, I think. For some people, I think we're going to get back into one single file through here. Yes. Okay, good, good. As we have the Ferraris all over each other there. Hopefully nothing crazy happens. I am absolutely terrified. Stuck behind Leon. That is not really what you want. He has made up quite a few positions already, which is pretty good. I have no idea how he's done that. Unfortunately, I did jinx Ryan a bit there. You know, it's his fault for crashing, not me. Well, it won't me. You were the one who did it. Medium hard medium are probably going to be most likely strategies. I don't think anyone would do a 2-stop. As most importantly, George is still within the DRS, and same with Jordan. Unfortunately, Valk has spun, so she's down the most, down 11 places. As we have the Ferraris going 2 wide. I think you want to focus on getting past Leon rather than this scrapping each other, but either you. Okay, I think things have settled down a tiny bit more, but yeah. Oh, as we have invade getting past Leon, there might have been a bit of contact there, and I think everyone's trying to get past here. Yep. Side by side through here, this is not going to work out, surely. Doesn't work out too badly. Oh, no, never mind. That did not go really poor. Oh, yep, that's Leon round. I think that was a pretty poor re-entry from him there. So, yeah, that's that. That's, I think it's mostly single file now. George still within the ERS, just about. He has a lot less ERS than his rival. You really just want to save up now, I think, using the DRS to pull you along rather than the overtake, but RPL Jordan will be fighting this. Interestingly, he will get the move done, I think. Yeah, which could be a benefit overall, but we'll have to see. As Invade goes past Drift King. As we have Drift King, 3-second penalty already. We'll see a lot of them, I suspect, this race. I think when it comes around to Imola Tier 1, I think we'll still have the same thing. I think we've got the cow train here. There's contact there between Ferrari and Invade. The Ferrari and Invade? What am I about? Invade and the RB. Single file is how it's kept. Will he try anything through here? No. He's the closest bell on track. Maybe something through the chicane. I'd think not, but he is going for it, I believe. Side by side, keeping it clean, just about. Yep, keep that clean. Good move there. As we get a penalty for Swaz, unfortunately, going a bit wide. A bit of a legal swerve in there, I think, actually. So we're drifting down the inside of him. Maybe tensions are getting a bit high there. If we want to calm down a bit, as we have Jordan to the lead of the race in the RB. No comment. As we have Mythic and Mally still battling. maybe shows Manly's a bit too quick for this tier, or Mythic's a bit too slow for this tier. Either one. Oh, as we have invade round. That's interesting. I don't know how he spun there. What I know, I see how he spun there, but not really. I don't get how he spun there on traction control. But sure. Just have a. Can I have a break at all? Or are we still going to be going too wide into every corner? And no, backs out from Swaza going up the inside of Drifkin there. Probably the smartest option, as I think Rapidon will want to get past all these guys ASAP. That would be my recommendation. Maybe down the inside of a different corner rather than the chicane, but yeah, that's not really what you want, really. Yeah. Oh, as we have Valk and Swatter into the wall. I saw that coming. Yep, damage for the two of them, I suspect. Broken front rights for both. I expect both of them to come into the pits. Never mind. I suspect both of them to come into the pits. Nope, neither of them do. You do you, I guess. As we have Rapidon up the outside of both of them, I think. No, wait, yeah, I think he did go around the outside of both of them. To be fair, good move. As we have Cow and Drift King battling away now. As we do have, oh, so we have Spangly off. I don't know what's happened there. As we have Drift King off. Okay, all right, this is all happening. As we have Invade around the outsides. Almost around the outside. Okay. This is a lot of, oh, this has happened, and now it hasn't happened. As I think we've got a battle going on there. Sort of backs out that. Probably the best. Goes wide for a good measure. And, yeah. Invade getting back through the order, which is pretty good to see after his small spin. Maybe we'll see a change to the lead again. I've missed this, but I think it's fair enough that I've missed the battle for the lead. It's probably just going to be DRS swapped, as we have someone around. I think that might be Ryan. No, I have no idea what's happened. Swaz is around, I think. He's down quite a bit there from where he was. As we have Jordan back to the lead, as Owen sets the fastest lap, and Mali throw on Mythic. Anything else? Am I going to get anything else? I think most people are just running out the ERS or resaving their ERS. I think that still has the damage, I'm not sure. I think it's a yellow. I think it's slight yellow, maybe green damage. Won't hamper too much, but it probably would around a track like this. Does Ryan have damage? That's my question. No, I think he just fell a lot back from that spin. Okay, right. As we have Swazza coming back in to fix that wing. Probably for the best, as we have Ryan off the track there. I saw that on the minimap. Yep, I think he might make contact with Drift King. Maybe a bit of swearing from his stream, if you want to check that out. I'm being a good streamer and recommending the other guys. He's the only one who I know is streaming. He also does tier 2 and tier 1, which is pretty crazy. Like, could you imagine doing that? I stick to tier 3 because I can do it. Because I'm such a great commentator. I'd be given 5 stars on the Yelp, personally. As we have maybe a fight for the lead again. It should just be DRS back and forth. Weirdly enough, Jordan has the most ERS from both of them. If I was Jake Banny, I'd just stick behind and save ERS for a bit, because you're pretty low, bro. But as George, 89% is a good amount for him. Mythic a lot more than Mally. Might want to get past at some point, but maybe they're just the same pace on track. I don't know. Still got the cow train, but 73 cars where it was like 8 cars before. Unfortunately, people have been spinning and and other shenanigans. Because why not? Who doesn't want to see people spinning? Speaking of which, more importantly, I always forget this. What tyres everyone on? Medium and hards for most people, no one on softs, which is probably the right decision. I don't think the softs are going to be the play around here, but I don't really know how the softs are on tyre wear, to say the least. It is just staying a bit calm now, I think. Really, really hectic first few laps, and now it's the quiet before the storm, I guess. Really the closest battle on track is going to be the fight for the lead and the fight for P8. Might be a move here from Ghost Flame, never mind. As we probably have a move for the lead. Jordan go back past on Jake Bandy, and the same for George, I suspect. Onto the grass a bit, almost a George Russell incident, as we have him almost around the outside of his teammate, as we have now. It's so hard to compensate. All right, yeah, throw on Jake Bandy. Did them almost looking up a move on the other one there. So we have Falk through on Ghost Saloon and Cow, I believe there. Really shows you whoever has the most ERS is probably going to get the most positions. Cool. I forget people's names, that's the problem. Right. This is a very good battle for the lead, I think. It's mostly DRS based, but it's really whoever's can save the most DRS. Unfortunately, George has the least now, which is not really what you want. But he's P2, I guess. Track position. Don't actually think it matters. To be fair, you've seen. Oh, no, I thought you were side by side there. I didn't know what I was saying. I was saying something, and now I'm saying nothing because why not? Oof. Crazy stuff. Absolute crazy. It is a dumpster fire, to be fair. As we have George through back on Jordan, and we also have Jake Bandy around the outside. Keeps it on track. I think he did get a warning last time. I saw him go most of the wheels off track, but don't know if anything happened. As we also have faded round out. Nope, never mind. Stays behind, probably the smarter option, stay behind the Red Bull. Even though the Red Bull has damage, is the problem. Manny with a little bit of a wiggle there. We've got, don't know if something's happened to Jake Bandy there. He's dropped off quite a bit. Maybe Jordan just used a little of ERS. We also have Invade off. Something's happened to him. Might be wing damage. Doesn't look like it. No, I don't think he does have any wing damage. Not the race for him is the main thing. As George has pulled a very large gap now, it will be very, very important for Jake Bandy to get back into the DRS. But he probably will just have to give up the position to Jordan for him to then get back in the DRS with the DRS he has on Jake. So I don't think it's all lost for this battle for the lead. I think Jordan will get back through, and hopefully he catches back up to George. Just to make this interesting, mostly. As we have... Yeah, we have the move there. Cool. We also have Mali back through Mythic. And I think... Wait, no, I'm getting confused on my blues. Am I? I'm lost. Yeah, okay. Alright, Jordan's still not within the DRS, so maybe George will start to run away with this. These two are going to need to work together to get back in the DRS. It is going to be very important for them. At least very important for the win, is what I would say as well. Quite a few battles on track. It has settled down from the start, where you could look anywhere and there's something happening. But, yeah. Oh, as we have Jake spinning 720 degrees there. Pretty good spin, I'd say. Make sure he keeps out the way and make sure... Yeah. It's going to be very hard for Jordan to get back in the DRS now, as they're on equal terms. No one has DRS in reality. But Manny on the podium, but he does have a 3-second penalty, maybe more. I don't actually remember following this. Who has penalties? Might have to check that. Most people on 3 seconds, other than the few. They'll put it back on tyres for now. Who is overtaken who? You've got Rapid on Mythic, and it's going to be very important, to be fair, for him to get past Mali and maybe drag them back up to Jordan, but we'll have to see. It's starting to look like it's George's win now, and as we have Mali switches the position. I don't know why. Maybe he had a moment. Maybe he just wanted the DRS on the next straight. Sure, whatever. I don't know. I'd guess it's probably a moment. You really wouldn't just lose the position there. But yeah, as we have Jake on Mali almost there. I think he pushed off track, but we didn't really see that because there was a tree in the way. As we have Raffadone with another penalty, Jordan with a penalty. Might start to see quite a few people getting penalties here now. Jake Bandy on Mali. Everyone's eating them up, He has quite a lot of ERS left, so yeah, he stays back in there. I might want to. As also, Rapid also is 1 second clear of Mythic, so Mythic won't get the DRS. So I think he should be able to clinch this P3. Maybe he can get a P2, but he's going to need to make sure he doesn't get any more penalties, as he's going to have to get quite a big, well, get a pretty big gap to Mythic. As long as Mythic gets no more penalties. No moves there from Mali, which is cool. I think it's going to get pretty stationary now as it settles down. As we have another spin there from Mali, maybe Jake will try and get on him on the ghosting. It is pretty good to use the ghosting to your advantage, I guess, as we have Swazzer leaving the session. I can't reinvite him because I don't have anyone added, because I'm so cool. The gap to the lead has advanced to 2 seconds. Well, I think it's then pretty stable at 1.8 seconds. But other than that, not really anything happening on this battle with P4, which is it's a fine battle, don't get me wrong, as the gap is also already left to 2 seconds between Rapido and Mythic. From what I can tell, this is pretty much telling me it doesn't matter how you qualify, where you qualify, as long as you manage to stay safe on the early laps, like George did, you should be able to get into the lead pretty much. Then we have Falcon Spankly coming up here. Oh, as we have a go. Yeah, he's left the session. That was it. My bad. Cool. As we have Cal the first into the pits. Unfortunately, I caught none of the pitting last week, so hopefully I can do this next week. This week. Hopefully I can stay in the session long enough to see people pit. As we should have a move between Spankly and Valk here. Maybe we should get past. Probably. Quite a bit more ERS. Don't use too much of the ERS to get past. I think, yeah, he's staying chill. Not really gonna fight that too much. But yeah. Starting to settle down now. As the gap increases between Mythic and Owen. We have Spangly off, I think. Maybe contact with Valk. Maybe just spinning. Who knows? Where is he? There he is. As we have most of the drivers pitting. See if they can make it in safely. I don't think anyone got a penalty. As Rapid takes the lead of the race. Yep, there he is. Jordan and George both in. And anyone else? Anyone else feeling like pitting? They're going on to hard, to be fair. Maybe it is a bit early is what I'm thinking. As Drift King has had a moment. Ryan should be able to get back into the points here as he pits. Rightfully so, I'd say. Should be interesting to see as he does retire from the session. I think that's a bit odd. You're pretty close to the points. I wouldn't know why you'd retire unless you've got rear wing damage. Who knows? Have I left? No. That whenever it says communicating to session is always terrifying. But yeah. Cool. As I think no, George is back in the DRS of Jordan now. So this is very important for Jordan now. I don't know if he mistimed his pit stop or something. But, or had a moment as Mythic goes through on Mali. Oh no, wait. Yeah, no, that's true, yeah. Mali goes in the pits. Gun goes into the pits, and maybe Ghost goes into the pits. He's also mediums, or he goes a bit longer. Make sure he doesn't hit that wall, and gets to the line. Ghostly also into the pits. Gets it correct, as Jordan, it'd be interesting to see how much of a gap he has on maybe Mali now. It was about 4 or 5 seconds previously, and it's now quite a bit more than that, I think. Maybe already gapped him by a second or two. Yeah, maybe 3. 3 in fact. I think we do have a battle for the lead again now, Jordan. But Yeah, that's good. That's good. We have a battle for the lead now, as previously we didn't. Okie dokie. Gap has increased heavily between Mythic and Rapid. I guess Mythic is just trying not to get penalties, but it is probably costing a bit of pace. Or he's just slow. Either one. Either one. Either one. So we do have a bit of a battle here between Jake and Ryan, but Ryan hasn't pit is the obvious conundrum. Cal back in had pretty much a pretty stable battle between him and Faded the whole race. So obviously Faded went on a bit longer for his pit stop. Invade also came in. I don't think I saw that because he was pretty much last most of the race, but he's up there now. He's getting back near the points. Hopefully he gets back into the points at some point. As we might have a move. No, I think Jordan will stay behind and collect some more ERS, which is one of the main things you want to do. As Jake pretty much has no ERS and is burning nothing, you're really just going to want to stick behind Mario, I think, at this rate, and hopefully. I feel like he's going to get both of them. He will. Ferrari straight line speed is helping him quite a bit there as he goes through on both of them. Pretty good move, or it's a DRS move, but it's pretty tactical to just save up your ERS and just get past both of them. Hopefully he starts to pull away though, is what he's going to really want. Yeah, there's really only 3 fights. Jordan's just going to want to stay behind and get ERS, which he's done. I'd say he's pretty much successfully done that, and they're probably going to want to swap positions now. As it's a 21-second gap between Owen and George. You got to remember though, it's a pretty long pit lane. So when they pit, they're going to come out maybe 30 seconds behind. Maybe I think it's 24 second, something like that. I think Owen's going to come out at least 4 seconds behind, maybe quite a bit more. But it doesn't seem to be changing too much as Jordan goes past. Now the battle between the two Salvers. However, Ryan has not pitted and Goon has pitted. So we have two wide there. As takes the curb there from Ali. Unfortunate. Might probably doesn't have any suspension damage because that's only simulation damage. Goon, to be fair, is doing very well. I think Ryan will want to let him pass because he's on a different strategy, which is what I would recommend, rather than fighting this. But Ryan, you might want to get out of the way, son. My tip. I wouldn't fight this. Goon is in a very good position to get a lot of points. Probably P7, P8, P9, something like that. Maybe even P9 at worst. But yeah. Other than that though, Invade hasn't really gapped Faded, which isn't really what he wants. George will want to save ERS. I don't know if he has, or if he's thinking about doing that. Yeah, he is doing that. Cool. As Jake needs to save ERS as well. He's just trying to get away from Malady, trying to get him out of the DRS. As we have an overtake, two overtakes. Will that get Goon as well? Probably. Yes. 2 wide through here. As he gets past. Good overtake. Good clean battling. As we also have Invade 2 wide between Faded. Faded has to take the curb. Maybe got a warning for that, unfortunately. As Owen picks up another penalty. I think he's on 9 seconds now, which is pretty unfortunate. It's about a second. It's a second. A warning is around a second of penalties. It's worth that much, pretty much, I guess. Goon's going to want to stay within the DRS of Valk here. It'll be pretty important to do that. As Jordan? No, this is the mini. Yeah, this is the lapped car. Ignore me. As Mythic comes into the pits. Same with Owen onto the mediums. Tries not to speed is what you're going to want to try not to do. It'll be interesting to see the gap. It's probably going to be about 8 seconds, I think. could be more, could be 9. Something like that, 8 seconds-ish. He probably will be able to catch back up to them. Maybe won't be able to based on the amount of penalties he has, but they all have penalties in the top 6. Goon, the only one who doesn't. So if there's a late safety car, we could be seeing a Sauber victory here, which would be pretty crazy to me. I don't think, well, only the top 4 teams are won in this tier, really. We haven't had any outside cars win a race. We've had a V-carb on the podium, but other than that, nothing too crazy. It could be a V-carb win if Jordan manages us right with George. We could see another win. No, not another one. Another Jordan podium in that V-carb. In fact, he's got a podium on in every race he's done in Tier 3 so far. So that's an interesting fact. I think George is going to stay behind. He should stay behind. Will he stay behind? He won't stay behind. He goes through. Clean. They're just really DRSing over each other. Try not. You don't want to make any contact. And interestingly, Rapid is gaining quite a lot on the two. Not who aren't fighting. It's just the mediums. 5-lap younger mediums versus 6-lap old hards is going to be a pretty big difference, and might struggle towards the end of the race, but they're going to have a similar problem with the 20-lap old hards that they're going to have on 18, I think, something like that. As Goon finally gets into the points, finally gets into the penalties. So we have Ryan pitted last lap. Didn't realise about that, but he has pitted. So we do have quite a few trains here. Invade's still not able to get out of the DRS of Ghost. Doesn't mean you're slower, it just could mean that you're not fast enough to put away, I guess, is the main thing. As we have a Williams round, I think. Yeah, Ghost. Goatley has spun Leon with another penalty. I have no idea how many he has. They want to know. I think it probably actually is only 6, but as Jordan will want to save you or else not really burn it. As I think it's the fastest. That's the fastest start sector from Owen. So he's on a charge here. He's getting about 2 seconds in 2 laps, which is really good going from him. He definitely should be able to get back into that DRS. Will he be able to get them? Probably not. In which he also needs to get no more penalties as well. A 4.5 second gap to Mali could be interesting. Could mean Mali gets on the podium. It means it's a really easy fun fact about that. But I think we had. No, that's the Ghost car. So we've battle between. I think Mythic overtook Ghost Flame. Yeah, that's what's happened. That has happened at least. As Manny is pulling away from Jake here. I think maybe he's had a problem. ERS is not going to help him. He probably won't get into this unless he absolutely nails this. Yeah, he's nailed it pretty much. He hasn't gained anything though. I think Manny's nailed that corner better. He's got another warning. He's got a penalty, and it's not really worth it, as he's lost the DRS to Manny, which is interesting to say the least. Jordan gets back into P1 in the V-carb. That's interesting to say the least. But yeah, that's pretty crazy. As we have Invade versus Mythic is really the battle that's happening here. And along with that, Falk and Goon, I think they're just taking the DRS off at the minute. Just overtaking each other and then un-overtaking each other. As Mythic goes through on Invade. Clean overtake, I'd say. For the most part. No, I can't say that for the most part it's been clean. I don't think it's been for the most part clean. There will be definitely quite a few penalties in the steward's room, as we have in... Wait, where is it? Here it is. Invade. Off into the gravel. That might be the 5th time he's had that today. Probably contact based though. As we also have cow round. It's all happening. I can't get a sip of water here. It's in my hand, but I don't know what's going to happen. As he's pushed onto the grass there by Spangly. Not really given any room. Even though he's going pretty slowly. But yeah. Craziness, absolute craziness. But I think George will stay behind here. Yes, we'll stay behind. So Jake is back into the DRS, so that fight is still on. Owen has gained another. I think that's less than that. I think it's less than a second this time. Maybe 7/10 on the two of them. So that DRS is helping them, but I guess there's not enough DRS zones in order for them to exactly gain too much on rapid. So those mediums are really going to be helping him in the second and third sector of the lap. I think, yeah, it's really gonna be Invade's job to just finish the race with Cal retiring in the pits as well. And that's fair enough. Well, it's not because you're not allowed to do it, but you know, you do you. The problem with this is it's going to be in that George might not be able to get through on Jordan here because of the yellow flag and of Cal. So this could be definitely interesting to see if he has to back out here. He should be able to see the yellow flag. I'm terrified. Yeah, I would be. I don't know if that's a ghosted car or not. Oh. Okay, hopefully no one hits it. I think it's off the track now. Yeah, alright. As we have Jake going up the inside, doesn't make it stick though. That's not really what you want to see. That's why you're not allowed to retire in the pits, because it just chucks you back out on the track. If you retire on track, you might have better odds, I think. Or if you just leave the session, that's going to be better, because you're just a ghosted car then, rather than a retired car which is just swerving back on track, not looking out for anyone. Something got invade on. No, never mind. Nothing too much. It's going to be Maddie versus Jake. Jake has a lot less ERS. I think, might have a little bit of a mistake there, but he doesn't really get on him too much there. So I think we'll go back to the lead to see if it's going to be another ERS pass. Probably. My guess is yes. This time there won't be any yellow flags, as you can see Owen in the distance, just 2 seconds behind now. If they fight here, it could put Rapid into the DRS. They do not, but it's still going to cost them a bit of time. But it also costs Owen time because he's not got DRS, so you can't do anything there. So we have Jake at the inside. He's going to have to do more than that to really make it stick, because you can't just do a half-hearted attack. I wouldn't overtake through there either. And he does thankfully back out. Might try up the inside here. He does. Any contact? No. Manny leaves room. I think he's just going to give into this one. You don't really want to fight too hard, especially when you've got Goon behind you who's got probably less penalties than both of them. I could be wrong though. So I think we've got a spinner maybe. No, I'm gone too far. I think. Has anything happened? Oh, Valk's gone a lot back. I think she's had a problem there, because she's lost a lot to Goon, who she was fighting previously. But should be another overtake here from Jordan on George. In terms of how good this race is, I'll need to have a look at the tier list, because it's been a good race. It's been interesting. It's been a bit hectic, which is, I guess, what you want in a race. You want some drama. You don't really want just DRS overtakes non-stop, or in fact no DRS overtakes. That's even worse. Well, is it though? Is DRS overtakes just better than no overtakes? I mean, it's something. I guess it's strategy on who's going to pull out, overtake at the right point. As we have Mythic trying to defend against Faded there. Maybe a bit of a late move, but he keeps ahead is the main thing. Yes, I was doing something. Hold on. Hopefully nothing happens. As George has lost quite a bit to Jordan there. I think he's burning away to get away. Obviously they're both burning at the same time, so it's just going to be a lost cause for Jordan. Oh, as we have invade round again, in the same place again, possible contact again, I don't know. As Ryan goes through on invade as well. Very dirty cars. I think obviously they've all been in the gravel trap, then it's going to be pretty dirty. As George is through on Jordan, that DRS deficit has made an impact. Right, where is it? As we have Jake through on Mali, and we might have an overtake on Mythic again. Then again, Ghost Flame has pretty much no battery left. He will still try it though. If it will happen is the other question. Yeah, Mythic will just let it happen. So there you go. So Mythic gets another penalty. I think we pretty much have a stalemate until Owen gets in the fight, as Invade unfortunately retires as well. Unfortunate to see. But so far there's been 10 races, 4 F2 races. Is that 4? Yeah, 4. There's feature in the sprint, obviously, which is always interesting. But yeah. Oh, I need to think of I'll think of my questions now, because it's gonna be absolute panic when I can't think of anything to ask to whoever the winner is. Still, I kind of want to note them down actually. Nothing's happening. It's just DRS FTs. You can watch this with no commentary, right? Money through. In terms of this race, I would personally say it has been. I think it's the 4th best. I think it's better than Bahrain Tier 1, but I do think it's better than probably that F2 race that was wet at Imola. Because I can only imagine that's drama especially with I think it was Minico who finished on 3 tyres somehow. Questions. I think Owen is almost in the DRS. I wonder if that's going to be a concern of either of them. As we have Spangly getting another penalty. What else? I think 3 questions will be enough. Oh, the other question is how do you tell them to just like get lost? I'm done with you. As George gets past, Mally will not probably stay ahead. Jake probably with no battery left, unfortunately. So Owen is in the DRS now as he gets on the grass. I don't know what's happened there. I think he just has a little bit of a wobble because he went on the curb. That's going to be really bad for him. As he start behind, he goes to the car now. Not too much of a worry. It's 10 laps. Well, I'd say that's 2 laps worth of work gone there in an instant. Pretty horrible mistake. Penalties. That's the. It is pretty much just a George victory now, I think, because he's got 3 seconds of penalty. So I'm gonna have to. Right, what has George done? Because we can pretty much just say George has won the race, unless he spins. Unless he spins. Right. Jordan probably won't go through on George. He's probably going to stay behind. Hopefully he manages to get some ERS back. Manny probably will go back through on Jake. Unfortunately, this is going to be very penalty decided. I don't even know how this is going to end, to be fair. For the most part, most people are going to stay the same place. But that gap between Valken and Ghost Flame is pretty much 3 seconds. No, it's not. I lied. It's pretty much 4 seconds. What am I thinking? Um, uh, Oh, we've got Jake Bandy round. I think that's the second time at the only corner I know the corner name. Aquamilarali. Only corner I know. He has had a moment. I think we've got Mercedes Academy fight here. No, one of them's left, never mind. Uh, wait, yeah. Oh, no. It's just a lap car, never mind. I'm dumb. George probably back through here as I think Owen is starting to drop off since the medium tyres are starting to wear. Is unfortunate. I think that 12 seconds of penalties is probably the biggest killer for him. But yeah, I think Jordan has another 3 second. I don't know if he got that ages ago or if I'm just I have no idea. As we're back through on Goon, but he probably will manage to keep that as long as he stays within 3 seconds of her. Oh, I need one more question. Think. I've got one lap to think. Um. Oh, this is difficult. Why did we have to do like post-race interviews? Socializing's horrible, for real. 15 seconds now for Owen. Pretty much puts him out of the question. I don't think George is going to get 12 seconds of penalties in one lap. As we do enter the final lap, Jordan most likely will get the victory on track, but it is probably going to go to George, even though it's not in the final lap yet. But yeah, simple move. George is probably not going to fight it too hard, as they are running out of ERS quite a bit. But yeah, there you go. I have my 3 questions, as I think we've got Leon round there. No, the other one. As Goatley will be getting the last points position. Focus on the P1 and P2 Tadpole. It is going to be necessary. Maybe George will try something. Who knows? There's no real point to. He may as well just get the. Then again, Jordan could have all of his penalties removed. Who knows? But yeah, he probably is just going to keep this normal, as he might be able to get a move here on the final lap. He has more ERS, I think. Maybe Jordan's just going to let him. I don't know. But yeah, he probably is just letting him. Doesn't really matter. But yeah, come around the final corner. George to win the race. They're all even. They're all happy, as it's a 1-2 for Red Bull Academy with the V-Carb and P2. Ferrari's RPL and gets P3 on track. Yes, should keep P3 because Mali does have quite a few penalties. Mali will keep P4 on that Williams, which is a pretty shock result. Jake P5, Valk P6. We'll go to Goon though, I think. Oh, Goon will go to P5. Damn, I didn't expect that one. This is just roll of the dice, as he just about keeps P8, P7 even. Mythic P8, Ghost Flame P8, Mythic P9, Goatley P10. Oh no, I think he has kept it because I think his AI will keep him in within 9 seconds of Spangly, but he does finish the race in P10. Well, he doesn't finish the race in P10, but he would have been in P10. Is in P10. Neither of the Mercedes get points, but pretty much the whole of the Red Bull Academy get points. Ryan finishes P12. Pretty horror race for him, unfortunately. Had that drama at the start, but yeah, it is unfortunate for him that he doesn't get points, as we have 2 people lapped, no safety cars, no VSCs, and that's how it is. That is all she wrote. But yeah, there you go. George wins the race. And that's all there is, pretty much. I need to get the results, otherwise I'm going to be yelled at. Oh, as I have the communicating with thing error. I've already gone through the grid, haven't I? Only two nerfs, 3D nerfs, 3D nerfs. One person left, so really only 13 people finished the race, but not too bad of a race, I don't think. But yeah, not too shabby.
Do I join here? Yeah.
Yep, this is the place to be.
Yeah, baby.
Congrats on the win. It's a pretty good drive from you. Not too many penalties, which is probably the biggest part to play. I have three questions though, and that's
Thank you.
all.
Yeah.
I had the whole race to think of them. But yeah. So question one was the Owen on the mediums a concern for you at all?
Yeah, it was. The plan was to stick behind Jordan, save ERS, and then as soon as Owen looked like he was going to get DRS, then past Jordan, so Jordan will be the carrot threat. But then he must have had like monumental tire fall off, like the last sort of 5 laps. So he was, but then he wasn't. But he was like, yeah, he was a threat. It was like, oh, he's imminent. Just sort of prepare for him. Um, and then he wasn't a threat, but he was like always in the back of my mind for sure. Yeah.
All right, cool. Obviously, I think he did maybe 3 extra laps than you did at the start on the mediums, but I guess that would probably be the reason. Did you plan at all for a safety car, or was it just go
No.
go safe? Okay, right. Well,
Yeah.
that's that.
No. Yeah. I didn't know.
And finally, how did you manage to stay out of trouble on lap one? Because there's at least 7 people spinning. Pretty
Yeah. No. I
crazy.
got a good start. For once, actually. I don't play the game enough to know how to do starts. But I actually got a decent start. I could have fought Jake Bandy to turn one and tried to fight for P1, but I just thought it's not worth it. Just like sort of like keep your nose clean and whatever. And then I saw like Valk, my teammate, was like behind me, and then suddenly she wasn't. So I'm not sure what happened to her, but yeah, I saw all the carnage behind ish. But yeah, I know. My priority, to be fair, was just to get out of turn one, still in like a fighting position. And then yeah.
All right, cool. Yeah, unfortunately, Valk, she went 3 wide into turn one and then 3 wide into turn four, so that
I'm
didn't
gonna
work.
go.
What a goat.
She
Yeah, that's
died
all.
fighting.
She died fighting. Yeah,
And
cool. Hello,
anything
Ryan.
else, or
No, no, that's all. That's all my questions.
thank you very much. Thank you for commentating as well.
Thank you. No worries.
Slut.
All right. Okay, Ryan. Yeah, that's the. I can show you the amazing list we have of the next race. And hopefully
Yeah, that's very true. And the
uh
other tier 3 races too.
we
Let's
have
see.
tier
Let me click on
three
it now.
next week at the Silverstone, not really the UK, but Silverstone on the 4th of July. Independence Day, I think. Apparently, it was actually the 3rd of July, but like you guys changed it to 4th because why not? We have tier two tomorrow, 20th of June at Austria. I don't like the track, but I'm not driving, so who cares? Um, should be an interesting one. Should be pretty similar to Imola. Quite a few penalties. It's going to be very decided on that. And then obviously F2. I almost missed that. F2 at around like 5 o'clock or something, and
Austria
that's
as
at
well.
Austria as well. Yeah, I haven't done that because I'm not racing, unfortunately, because I'm
Rip.
on a plane. Um, yeah, and then Tier 1 be the final race this week. That'll be at Australia. Also not
I think
racing
final race of the
because
month too.
that is true. Who cares about that though? It's only like 30 days in a month. Doesn't really matter. We get 4 to 5 races in a month,
Mm,
depending
yeah,
if
true,
there's a
I guess. Yeah.
break.
Yeah. True.
But yeah, that is all. Any final comments, Ryan?
Um, I'll keep my thoughts on my race to myself.
Yeah, that is
But
probably the best.
I'll enjoy commentating the rest of this weekend, no, for sure. I have George for tier 2, should be Egg for tier 3, or not tier 3, F2, excuse me. Wow, I'm going backwards now. And yeah, Titan for tier 1, for those interested.
Well, that was a pretty hectic race from what I saw at least. At least 30 spins. Everyone had something to say that race, except really the top. Well, except for really George and Jordan, who played their part and did pretty much nothing. Goon had a very good race as well. I haven't done my drive of the day. I almost forgot that. I would give it to either Mali or Goon. I think they drove pretty well, especially for their cars. They outdrove their cars, which is really the main thing you want to see when you have a driver of the day. But I'd probably give it to Goon. It was more unexpected than Mali, I think. But yeah, that was similar. And hopefully we'll see you tomorrow for tier 2. Goodbye.